This week we'll be talking about all the spooky and fear-inducing games and announcements in the Silent Hill Transmission Showcase, the new eerie but beautiful gameplay and trailers shown for Resident Evil 4 Remake and the Resident Evil Showcase, Platinum asking fans to stop disrespecting Jennifer Hale as the new Bayonetta 3 voice actor, Final Fantasy 16 goes full Crystal Game of Thrones in their latest trailer called Ambition, Apex Legends releases their new trans hero, how much the PS5 DaulSense Edge will cost, and if it will really be worth it. Game impressions for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 story campaign, Plague Tale Requiem, Marvel Snap, Valorant, and more on Season 6, Episode 41 of Press X to Start podcast. What's up, everyone? I'm your host, DJ, aka Sexy Bad Choices, aka Gas with the Gas. I am joined by
On MF Ross.
what the MF stand for?
Bring back the old ghost. I hate this new dude, bro, with this Halloween mask. F him.
Oh my gosh, it is funny. It's hilarious to look at. We'll get
I'm not letting it go.
And then last up,
Hey everyone, it's me, Avery.
nailed it. All right, now you know who we are. Press X Start Podcast is a weekly show where we talk about the latest game news, review the biggest games, and give you our thoughts on the games we are playing. Our goal is to expand the video game media landscape through an underserved and protected. Oh, geez. Oh, that was a shot from the past. Through an underserved point of view. If you like what we do and you're watching on YouTube, you can support us by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the notification bell. If you are listening, we would appreciate you leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts or the podcast service you are tuned in on. If you want to join the conversation, you can join on our Discord at pressx2start.com/discord. I paused there for a second because I wanted to give a special shout out to Depot, who has joined our conversation. So, listener, what's your excuse? I didn't hear one, so make sure you join it. Do it. All right. We have a lot going on today, so we're not even going to do the review the review and stuff. So we got the reviews. Check the reviews out. Become one of the cool people to leave a review, and then we'll read your review. Do it. You already know what it is. All right. With that being said, let us jump into the quick hits. Avery, what's happening?
Yeah, so this first story is from VGC. This is from Chris Gullion. Platinum publicly backs Bayonetta new voice actor attempts to defuse ongoing debate. So last week we talked about Helena Taylor, the previous voice actor for Bayonetta, coming out with a three-part Twitter video that I did some what I like to call armchair investigative journalism on to figure out if the veracity
Avery,
and
that's
any
what the rest of the industry does. It's okay.
He nailed it.
What?
I said that's what the rest of the industry does. You're leagues and bounds ahead of the rest of the industry.
Okay. Yeah. So I did my own little investigation beforehand. I don't have any real sources, so I just had to go off information I could get from the sources. So it was Helena Taylor and it was Hideki Kamiya, the creative lead for Platinum Games at this point. And Hideki was popping off on Twitter being his normal self, and so it really laid a lot of credence to what Helena was talking about. After the fact, a report from Jason Schreier and I believe VGC came out that verified some details that in Helena's statement that weren't clarified. One, that the $4,000 she was offered, quote unquote, was per session, and that she was being contracted for at least 3 sessions at around 4 to 5K, and which ended up would be a grand total of 15,000 for the entire recording session, which is a much better number, but I don't really know the going rate of voice actors. It still seems like an insanely low number for the title actress of your game. That's
from what I've heard and seen, like that's still a pretty low figure in terms of what the game would actually.
Apparently, she made less on the first 2 games, but
yeah. Well, apparently her actual demands were royalties, which in the video game space isn't, especially when she's so intrinsically the character, I don't think necessarily is a bad idea. But I don't know the economics of Bayonetta to like sit there and be like, oh, how much money do we lose as Platinum Games if we're also having to pay this woman for every sale of this game going forward?
Yeah.
And then B, she wanted a six-figure salary, which I can see. Well, once again, without recognizing the like economics of video games, I can see why a studio would be like, well, hold the phone about paying you that much money, and without knowing the actual like salaries of all the people in regards. So couple that with the fact that Platinum was silent. No, yeah, Helena has come out and refuted all this information, and said, hey, this is patently not true. She also weirdly said, at this point, I want to be done with this entire franchise and move on with my life, which at least to me indicates that there is some truth behind all these reports refuting her, and that she's trying to deflect from the actual discourse by saying, I'm done with this, moving on. Uh, Platinum and Jennifer, well, Jennifer Hale immediately got attacked for being a part of this, and she put out I think it's a bad response to this, in which she said, I'm the number one supporter of all people in voice acting. That being said, a lot of people worked on this game, and please support them in this endeavor. Which was a very both sides of this situation without being clear on everything. She indicates she's under an NDA and can't really talk about anything, but it would have read a much cleaner letter that didn't displace any actual blame on anyone and say, these are the things I stand for, and stop. She didn't need to add
Yeah.
also the crew who worked on this is a hardworking game, which I think is a mixed message from there. Platinum was relatively quiet about all of this up until like a couple days ago, where they finally put out a message. I'm going to read the message in full. We at Platinum Games offer our sincerest appreciation to everyone who has contributed to creating the Bayonetta series over the years, as well as the community that has served as its foundation. We give our full support to Jennifer Hale as the new Bayonetta and align with everything in her statement. We ask people to refrain from any further comments that would disrespect Jennifer or any other contributors to the series. So this is essentially their final statement on this matter, and for the most part, this is going to be the final statement for everything going forward with Bayonetta, and whether the game does well now, whether Helena's words swayed enough people, or whether Jennifer Hale being a big enough person in the video game industry swayed enough people, we'll see. Ultimately, I think her statement rang truer than Helena. No, Helena's statement was heard more than Jennifer's, because of the way the video game industry works. So we'll see how this impacts the sales for Bayonetta.
Yeah. This just gets really, really messy, and it sucks for Jennifer and it sucks for Helena, because I'm pretty sure Jennifer's like, I didn't really need to like put a foot into this, but I'm kind of here now, so it's just like, I guess, and
Well,
it's always
she's being targeted as someone stealing a job.
right, exactly. And then like, I'm pretty sure on her end, when she got the job, they Platinum probably didn't tell her like, what happened with Helena.
Why would they
So
need
she
to?
exactly, yeah, like that technically that's not her business to know. But it is just kind of it sucks now because of how public it is, and what happened with Helena, and you know it's because I don't know for a fact, like, if that money stuff was correct, because like, even Helena came out and said like, "Oh, that's actually not true, like, that was false," but it's like, okay, well, we don't know which side is
Does
telling the
she not
truth
have
now.
anything in writing? Why not put it out if she's content on burning bridges? Why not just put out emails, texts, whatever?
Because
Put
that
out
would
receipts.
probably well, that would probably not only burn a bridge for
They're
Platinum, that would
already
just burn a
burned.
bridge. Well, I know, no, I'm saying that would burn a bridge for everything else, like, anything else that you try to get, like, they would look at this and be like, that's not really too great for us." So it just sucks.
I
It
think they're already
sucks.
doing that.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right. You're
I
probably
think
right.
here's the thing: they can't, because the minute they start coming out in public with their financial information about all the shit they were doing with Helena is the minute they reveal themselves in any other aspect of the industry.
That's a
Like
good
the
point.
fact, like the
Yeah.
point is, the reports say that they only offered her $15,000, and if what DJ is telling me is correct, that is still an incredibly low number in terms of the game in voice acting, and that's not good information that you want out there. Like,
Right. That's a good point. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
other jobs, what other major games has she contributed to though? Like, she's looking for Call of Duty numbers off of Bayonetta, and it has never sold like that.
I mean, the
From
thing
what
is,
from
it's tough to compare it with anything else because we just don't have that information, and it's like, yeah, it's just really, and like, yeah, you're right. Like Bayonetta's a AAA game, but it's
Mm,
still a AAA game that is on Nintendo. Like I don't know, it's tough. It's just
allegedly
there's
that's the
a lot of
only
variables to it.
one of the few games that she's actually done. She did Dragon
Oh,
Age, Valkyrie Profile. I mean,
oh, she had Dragon Age.
I
Oh,
think
cool.
this is her biggest role, is it
Yeah.
not?
yes, this is their biggest role.
But I mean, like, again, like Bayonetta is a well-known and
No, it's
established
not.
character.
No,
It,
it's
it,
not. No, it's
it is
not.
it is Platinum's biggest IP.
I don't disagree with Avery. What I'm saying is, I feel like because we all know it and we're in this sphere,
Sean, I'm
it
gonna tell
feels
you. Remember when they were putting in those ballots for Super Smash Brothers? Bayonetta was put in that game because she won the ballot, and they said we're not going to put in fucking Goku in this game. That's why she was put in the game. So, like to say Bayonetta is not a popular and well-known character is a little bit disingenuous.
it's not. It's not. That's a small community. The online gaming community, however large you may feel it is still a
The ballots
minuscule
for
community.
Super Smash Brothers, Nintendo's biggest game.
That's
Avery, how many people voted on
that's
that?
huge.
How many people voted on it, Avery?
I'll look it up because I will argue this.
I feel like when we're in the thick of things, it feels bigger than it actually is.
I mean, I get what you're saying, Sean, in terms of like
$1.8 million. I mean, 1.8 million people voted for.
that's a lot of people.
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 How many people play video games?
Okay,
Wait,
Sean,
wait.
you can't do that. Sean, how many people have multiple sclerosis? That's essentially what you just did.
We got the numbers. What I'm saying is that's still a small number. That's still a small number,
Yeah,
Avery.
in
In the
the
grand
small-
scheme of things.
No, not really. In the grand scheme of video game selling, 1.8 million is a relatively successful amount of number for video games.
Like,
We can move past this. Get on my Stephen A. Smith.
Bayonetta is a well-known character especially in the Nintendo parlance, and frankly, in video games. She's not the most popular character. I wouldn't put her in the top 10 video game characters of all time list because most of those characters were created in 1970. But I will say
that's ultimately what I'm getting at. How many dude bros buy Call of Duty every year? How many of them have heard of Bayonetta?
but I mean,
That's what I'm trying to get at.
But that's not
how many?
Unfortunately, that's not clearly what you're talking about. What we're talking about is in the grand scheme of Nintendo and when them selling this game, the popularity of Bayonetta, and she's a popular character.
I don't disagree that she's not a popular character. Y'all make it seem like she's as popular as Mario.
I never said she was as popular as Mario.
No. Yeah, I disagree with that too.
You
Yeah,
made it seem like the whole gaming community should have heard of Bayonetta.
Not the whole. I mean,
that's what
not
I'm
the
trying to
whole
get
gaming
at.
community,
That's
but
what
like,
I'm getting at.
I think
y'all like to argue with me. That's what.
No.
I think you're arguing a really wrong point.
Yeah,
You're trying to backpedal on it, but we can
I'm
move
not
on.
backpedaling. Double down.
I'm not backpedaling. You're backpedaling.
Anyway, moving on.
What I would say is Sean's making a point that is true, but he didn't give us the correct data when he was making his point. I was specifically talking about the Nintendo sphere of games. Hell, even bigger than Nintendo sphere of games, because this game used to be multi-platform. I think she is a popular character. If I put her if I said the top 100 characters, yes. If I said the top 50, I could make the argument. Top 10?
She might
No.
get top 50. Yeah.
But then if
But yeah, what?
Sean's bringing up Call of Duty, and I'm sitting there like, if we did the top 100 characters, none of the Call of Duty characters are going to be on there.
I'm not.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say. Move on. Next story.
Jesus. Anyway, our next story is from Kotaku.com. Our next three stories are a sort of video game announcement roundup. I don't normally like doing this but I think there is enough information to go on these three individual showcases and trailers to talk about them in detail. Our first was
Wait,
from
before you jump into that, c- should we about the whole like the rumor about the PlayStation showcase that never was?
no. I think that's a flat. I think that I've been of the mindset that there wasn't going to be a showcase
Really?
after that second. When we got that first one in the beginning of the summer, I'm like, there's still a possibility. When we got the second one, I'm like, well, we're not getting a showcase.
Real? Okay. Okay. Because I thought there was going to be a showcase, but I thought the showcase was going to be focused around PSVR 2.
It's easy to say, well, we were gonna, or it's easy to put out a rumor, well, we were gonna, but this.
No, no. Well, the only reason why I know of this is because like I follow Jeff Grubb, and he was saying that there was going to be another showcase before this whole announcement stuff happened. But then he changed that to it's not going to happen because of the Microsoft and the CMA stuff. Like I guess PlayStation was focused on that more so they didn't do a
Well,
showcase.
this is why I don't want to talk about this talk me because
Yeah,
it's such console war bullshit. The rumor being that PlayStation wants to appear weaker in the eye of the CMA and all the other regulator boards in regards to their in regards to the Activision Blizzard deal and like
that's why they
Activision
didn't do.
that they haven't done a showcase to show how all the brand new games they're putting out, which realistically I think is they had a really strong 2022. Their 2023 is all because of a bunch of games being pushed back, pretty much all bit being revealed, and they're hard marketing fucking God of War. Anything else would be anything else like anything else this close to God of War would just be mixed messaging in regards to everything. And like I said, the fact that they ended the last showcase with God of War indicated to
Right.
me that we weren't getting anything afterwards.
Okay.
I mean, it's like where there's smoke, there's fire in regards to that rumor, but like I think it's still a very much a console war bullshit situation. And
Yeah,
I
like the whole appearing week thing, like I didn't know that, and that's annoying. Okay, we can move on.
yeah. Okay, so we had the Resident Evil 4 showcase, which they talked about more about the new story DLC for Resident Evil 8, the Rose DLC, which is all I care about that. Whatever, but that's whatever. More about the Resident Evil Reverse is still coming out, so that's cool. They showed it was a bunch of Resident Evil announcement, but the big coup de grace was that they had a long form look at Resident Evil 4, and impressions came out after the fact about the demo about the game, which people got to play essentially the first act of RE4, and from all intents, it looks like this is just in line with the remakes, in that this is a very much enhanced version of the old game in any way, shape, or form, using more modern controls, and even more actionized version of the Resident Evil 2 remake, which in turn was more actionized than RE3 remake.
Yeah, but the wolf though, everyone's been talking about how the wolf is now dead, and this I don't know, man.
I've never played RE4. When the game came out, I wasn't playing Resident Evil games really, and I watched our friend, me and DJ's mutual friend Andrew, play the end of that game one day when we were hanging out, me, him, and Marcus, and that's like my only sort of like exposure to that game, because like I wasn't I wasn't gonna go back and play it because of how I don't think the controls have aged correctly. RE4 stands are gonna tell you that it's aged perfectly over the years, and I'm like, it's probably not, especially in the wake of these RE2 remakes. That being said, I played every Resident Evil since RE5, so I'm generally excited and the target audience for this. So
Yeah. So in this remake, um, they have changed the controls where you can actually move and shoot at the same time. So that was something that in Resident
Sacrilege.
Evil in the original Resident Evil 4, you couldn't do that. So you have to plant your feet and fire your gun. So I think
this
that was
makes
something
sense.
that a lot of people talked about, and they were happy for, and I'm like, that makes sense because this is a modern remake, so people are moving and shooting nowadays, so
So I'm
yeah.
looking at the message boards. Apparently, he parried a chainsaw with a knife.
Yes.
Yeah, you never done that before, Sean?
Like
You
like
need to go out more.
like I said, the remake will feature a more actionized version of the RE2, so that you're going to see Leon doing a bunch of moves and actions that he straight up could not do in RE2
Mhm.
remake because of the nature of this. Where if I can remember my RE2 like my RE4 like just like glancery fucking knowledge, it's very much an action. Like it's a game where you're going to be attacked with hordes of enemies instead of like targeted small groups of enemies.
Yeah. Oh, there's also stealth in this now. So, you can go around people. But yeah, as Avery was saying, this is gonna be more actiony. So that's cool. Like, I never played RE4. I'm not getting this because I don't. Oh, he did. I'm playing footage of it, and he just did a roundhouse kick and kicked like 3 zombies at the same time, or 3 infected people because they're not technically like zombies. I don't whatever. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it looks cool. It
Yeah,
looks
let's
cool.
use politically correct language.
Right? The others. But yeah, like are you guys gonna get this?
Yeah, I said it.
Oh.
I'm gonna get
Oh,
RE4
okay, sorry, I
remake.
missed that.
Yeah, I don't love Resident Evil like that. It's okay. I may try it. I'll play the beta. I'll play the demo. I'll play the
Right?
trial.
You gonna put this on extra PlayStation? Come on, do it, you
Yeah,
cowards.
but I do have a friend of mine that just loves all the Resident Evil stuff. So I know he's gonna get
Mm,
this. I think he was
yeah,
hell. I know he got hell excited if he saw this showcase.
that's what's up. Yeah, I mean, and I think that's cool because a lot of people was asking for this remake. So now it's here, so you guys better support it, you know what I mean? But yeah, what is next, Avery?
Yeah, I'm gonna call an audible in regards to the fucking show notes, and
Uh-oh.
I'm keeping it on the spooky train. And so we're
Okay.
gonna talk about Silent Hill. So this is also from Kotaku. This is their roundup of the Silent Hill showcase. So this is from Levi. Yeah, I'm gonna call it Levi Winslow. After years of no Silent Hill, Konami just opened the floodgates. So we got essentially a deluge of Silent Hill information, another franchise. Like, I'm gonna keep up top. I've never played a Silent Hill game in the Resident Evil versus Silent Hill camp. I've only played Resident Evil games. Silent Hill games are too spooky for me. I've watched someone play Silent Hill 2 in its entirety, like just sitting on the couch next to them play it. But like in regards to actually playing these games, I haven't. So like I'm not the target audience for this remake franchise and things like that. But generally speaking, the big thing is that we're getting multiple Silent
Yeah,
Hill projects, not
Yeah,
just
a
one
lot.
or two. It's like, hey, we're also making a sequel to one of the movies that came out. I think specifically the first and not the second, even though which I'm not going to judge the quality of those movies. I think the first one's legitimately a really good. I think legitimately the first one is a really good horror movie, and the second one is a dumb, bad, fun grindhouse sort of a horror film.
Which one had the vagina tentacles?
It's been 10 years, bro. I can't even tell you which one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's really the only thing I remember because I saw that scene. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, what? And then I was like, "Was this actually in the game?" And I don't think it was in the game. I think it was something they added to the movies for effect. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah,
So
I like Avery. I also don't play Silent Hill, but no surprise there because I don't play horror games. So
yeah. Another project they talked about is Silent Hill Townfall, which is going to be developed by Observation and Stories Untold developer No Code, which there's not much information on that, but hey, it's another Silent Hill game, which is probably their game plan is probably going to be a new Silent Hill game every year for the next several years, which is
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
One of the big things they talked about was a Silent Hill game called Ascension, which is going to be like an Until Dawn like game where the fans get to shape the narrative, which seems incredibly ambitious and okay. The most interesting news was they showed a trailer for Silent Hill F, which is going to be essentially the next mainline Silent Hill game. It's this very Japanese. It's the Silent Hill Japan game that I think was hinted about a while ago. Where from
Yeah.
what it sounds like, it looks like a Fatal Frame game. It looks like a
Yes.
Fatal Frame game.
Yes.
So
This
uh,
this oh, also, I'm playing the trailer. I'm going to stop before the, like, 1 minute and 12 mark, because if you have tryptophobia, like, there's a point, and, like, I have it, so there was a point in this where there's a bunch of, like, hands and stuff on the ground, and the hands opened up the little holes, and I was like, "What the fuck? This is not cool. This is not okay." So, yeah, that's the thing that happens in this, so that's a warning to you if you want to watch this trailer. You're forewarned. I have the trailer on right now. So, yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna
Well, yeah. So what? Yeah. It looks like it looks like a Fatal Frame game. I once again not Silent Hill's not my jam, so I'm not really interested in this. I'm just gonna like wait and see on the sidelines, see how this plays out, and maybe 10 years down the line when like these games don't matter anymore, I'll play them.
yeah.
But the biggest news out of this is that they're remaking Silent Hill 2.
Mhm.
Uh, and the team they chose to do it is Bloober Team. If you're not aware of Bloober Team, they are the team who makes the Layers of Fear horror games. They also made the Blair Witch project, the Blair Witch game that was a couple years ago, and they also made The Medium. Now, I'm not gonna shit talk Bloober Team because I think they're actually a talented group of developers, but they're not the team I would have in mind if I wanted to. Well, if I wanted to Resident Evil 2, Silent Hill 2, if that makes sense.
Yes. 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 Like, I meant to do this before the cast, but the medium didn't score that high on Metacritic, right?
No, the Medium was one of those games that Xbox touted out to like show the strength of their game. And like, oh man, you get to flip between worlds. This is so cool. How's this game working? And then I played it on PC and I'm like, oh, it's working because it's not as expansive as you think it is. It's also
Yeah.
not that it also in the vein of a game like Kenna, it's very much a PS2, PS3 game in regards to design and control in terms
Yeah.
of so it's like I never
It got
finished
a
the Medium.
on Metacritic, it got a 75 for PC, 71 for consoles or for Xbox. So, yeah, not really starting too strong on that one.
Yeah. So like I don't have a lot of like fondness for Bloober Team and their work. And so like them working on this isn't exciting me. That being said, they have the framework, they have the assets, they have all the things they need to do to just do a Demon Souls remake or a Last of Us Part 1 remake and just like try and keep the spirit of that game as close as possible.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is really interesting, and for all the Silent Hill people out there who, was happy but also sad to see all the Resident Evil, remakes coming back. Hey, you get your remakes now. So hopefully this turns out well. Hopefully Blooper Team, you know, they're able to make this game and kind of uh, rebuild their image from the medium, because I heard a lot of stuff about it, and then how I don't, because I didn't
Was
play it.
was that one of their original creations, or were they
Yes.
contracted? Okay, never mind.
No,
It was
yeah,
it was it was one it was one of the original creations, and it was a game. It was one like in the early thirds of the Xbox Series X. It was like, oh, it's a game. It's like it's our every game is on here is on Game Pass. It was one of those things they touted out at the beginning of like this is what's coming to before pre-launch games kind of situation.
yeah. And then I think one of the biggest slights was how they handled like mental illness in their game or something. Like that was a thing that a lot of people ding them for. So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I
All
said,
right. So what's
yeah, and then our sort of final story in this vein is from Kotaku.com. This is from Ethan Gotch. Final Fantasy 16 goes full Game of Thrones in new trailer. So we got a Final Fantasy 16 trailer. Uh, they call it the Ambition trailer. I think this is the trailer is what sparked the. There must have been a showcase. Why would you just release this information? And I'm like, have you watched PlayStation over the last fucking year? They just release shit when they feel like. Oh,
Yeah.
I also forgot Silent Hill 2 remake is it's a PlayStation exclusive for the first 12 months, and it won't be coming
Mm,
to Xbox or Game Pass anytime soon. It's only be on
yeah.
PC. So sorry, Xbox gamers. And this is one of those situations where Phil Spencer is probably going to be banging the drum in the CMA thing about PlayStation keeping games from Xbox, which is
Makes
a true
sense. Yeah.
fact. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Makes sense. All right. I'm playing the trailer for the Final Fantasy
Yeah.
16 Ambition.
Yeah. There's not much to say about this. They didn't show anything new. They just gave a I guess a small I guess glossary of all the individual kingdoms that you're going to be interacting with in this game. It's still I've been sold in this game since day one, so like I glean nothing from
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great
This
trailer
this
though.
trailer this trailer looks amazing. And boy, if you have a thing for crystals, this is a trailer to watch because those crystals are fucking huge. Okay. Yeah. Like it looks cool. It looks super pretty. It looks really, really like the fidelity is like crazy when it comes to the environmental stuff. Um, them talking about the stuff, so basically, and the trailer's called Ambition, and it's essentially talking about the different kingdoms and their archons. I might be
Icons.
icons. Okay, archons is Genshin Impact. Sorry. Um, and it's like, oh, this is cool. This is a lot of steps, a lot of build up. As I said, it's like Game of Thrones, and it does feel like Game of Thrones. And that part is super, super exciting for me because I think Game of Thrones slash Final Fantasy is a very, very interesting mix. So I look forward to this. And then on top of that, there is a scene where I guess one of the guys is talking, and it seems like there is a like undressed lady behind him. I'm like, oh wait, are we gonna get some sex scenes in
That is
Final Fantasy
that is the
16?
scene that's been in at least two of the other trailers.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, there's no boobies. No boobies. But it's okay though. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Because I think this is rated M, which is also a departure for the Final Fantasy games. Because I think they're like rated teen or whatever. But yeah, that's this.
And
Looks
for
cool.
D and in regards to DJ's last comment about boobies in Final Fantasy, A, have you seen the character Shiva in every Final Fantasy game ever made? And B, have you played Final Fantasy X too?
No, I didn't play 10.
You're missing out. But yeah, I'm excited for Final Fantasy 16. This is super cool. I just want to play the game. I will next year.
Yep. So will we all. All right. Before we jump into Apex Legends Season 15 and stuff happening there, hey, you subscriber. Are you joining what you're listening to? If you are, please like this video. Like this video. Hit the subscribe button and then press that notification bell. If you are listening to us, please do us a solid. Pause the podcast, go leave us a review, and then come back to this podcast. I think you can do all of that. Actually, you can probably do all that while you're listening to the podcast. So, matter of fact, do that. Hey, look at that. You're multitasking. That's awesome. If you do those things, we'll appreciate it and you'll be awesome. You'll be more awesome than what you already are. So do it because you want to be awesome. You want to be awesome. All right. Let's get back to this.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a story that's just for me and Sean. So I'm sorry, DJ. Have fun for the next 10 minutes.
I'll just be
Uh,
producer. It's okay.
Yeah, so Apex Legends has showed off their season 15, which is a weird thing to say now. Like, wow, Apex Legends has lasted for 3 to 4 years, 15 seasons going on, relatively strong. Uh, I don't have the actual player base metrics, even though like of situations like that, because it's really only EA and Respawn have those metrics, and we'd be able to glean
Yeah.
stuff about how popular it is on Steam. But we all know that PC is the least popular platform for any multi-platform game. So I can't tell. All I know is it's super popular on Twitch, and it's been popular on Twitch since inception. It's never dropped below the top 10 most
I
popular
wish they would
games.
put out those they used to put out little shorts showing like, this many million people did this, this happened, this happened.
At a certain point, the numbers are dwindling and
Yeah.
less impressive than what
Mhm.
those numbers. Like you use that to hype up people like, oh, this is the hottest new thing. But like, unless that number is raised dramatically,
Yeah.
you can't release that same trailer. You can't piece again because like, oh, it's the same number. Nothing's changed. And capitalism has always told me that everything's got to be growing. Everything's got to be exponential. Out of that, you make shit up, which is what everyone does.
I'd be fine with that.
What everyone does when they make up awards. 1 million players have played Bangalore, and I'm like, okay,
Right.
But anyway.
Yeah. So they showed off their next they showed off their season 15, which is going to include a brand new map, a brand new legend. And the brand new legend. We're not getting a brand new gun, as far as I'm aware of. But the brand new map is it's not series. Fuck. You're playing. We're playing on the moon of Boreas. There we go. I think it's Boreas. We're playing on the moon. It's
playing a launch trailer right now.
And then we're getting a brand new legend named Catalyst. Catalyst is very much a trans woman character, which is really funny. How like in all of these hero shooter F games, Apex Legends has essentially
the most diverse.
The most by far, and like I'm pretty sure they are the first to feature a trans character as a hero in the game. League of Legends would have been first, but they were cowards and didn't make Kalia trans. So Apex Legends beat them to that.
Hey. Overwatch will have a trans character next season. I'm teasing based off of the way they just threw Soldier 76 out there. Hey, by the way.
I mean, yeah, by that logic, but like, yeah, Catalyst seems cool in that she appears to be a defense legend. If the trailer is true, that hard counters the scan meta that we've existed in for the last since they buffed Bloodhound like 7 or 8 seasons ago, which is going to be.
She uses what is that? The
arrow fluid.
Yeah, there it is. That okay, that's pretty cool. That's a cool intertwine of science stuff with games.
But like so she's one of those characters who leaked ages ago, and so I've always known about her and her abilities. I just didn't know what would change from here and now because a lot of shit has changed. Remember, Mad Maggie used to be the Hazaria character, and that changed dramatically. She went from Polish to Maori. I'm a little bit wrong with my cultural nomenclature right there, so I apologize for that. I just can't remember the exact term for where she's from. And I know there's an actual difference between Maori and other Polynesian ethnic groups. But back to Catalyst, her original ultimate was that she created a like tower of ferrofluid that boosted her into the air and gave you instant high ground, which was very much Horizon, except there was going to be a tower there. But they seem to have changed that to a sort of like a wall. I'm gonna use a wall from Valorant. But the cool thing is it seems to block scan abilities. So like I really want to see if this character is good and competitive.
It looks like you can shoot through it but not walk through it.
It seems to have a slow. Which is why I'm saying it like Valorant. Like it's like, oh, you can. So yeah. So that would be interesting. I really want to see how this affects competitive because competitive has been in a scan meta for the last fucking ever not even since they buffed Bloodhound. Since one team decided, hey, we don't want to play Watson, let's play Bloodhound, and then Respawn buffed Bloodhound and said everyone is playing Bloodhound, and then they created Seer, and Seer was a problem, and then they nerfed Seer, then everyone went back to Bloodhound, and then someone realized Seer is still good, and now everyone's playing Seer. So we'll see if they switch out a character to make Seer obsolete and what that does to the competitive meta. But yeah, she seems fun.
The only issue is she's into astrology.
Jesus. I mean, you can't play as her or be your friend because she's in astrology.
I don't know, man. It's a hard. That might be my hard limit. I mean, I really hate the zodiac bullshit in real life. I'm a player though.
Begrudgingly.
They're also introducing a gifting in the game.
Yeah. Which it's where I can go to my store. I can buy something and it will show up in someone else's account and not mine.
Is it like a random person or a person you pick?
No, they have to be your friends.
Person you pick.
Oh, okay.
You won't be able to
Okay.
gift Apex coins or thematic pack collection event items. So I guess everything else. So I know what I'll be getting Avery for his birthday.
I
As
have
long as
I have the Watson heirloom. There's nothing I want anymore.
as long as there is a are you sure prompt before you actually send the thing out, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because if like that you can run into some problems if there's no like, hey,
I
are
mean,
you sure you wanna do this?
theoretically, you'd have to buy coins, and so you're already going through a like 3 or 4.
Are you sure?
Oh, is it okay? Is that how that works in it?
Yeah. Like, I mean, if you have the coins in your inventory already, I'm not sure how that really works. And to your point, they should be. But from like the actual like, oh, I want to buy, like, this is interesting to me because it helps new players get into the game if you're allowed to buy people characters.
Yeah, we could get Marcus some more characters.
Yeah. Like, I will spend $14 so the Marcus can play X, Y, and Z characters. So when we play, more things will happen.
Yeah.
Because right now Apex has hit the Valorant problem and the League of Legends problem, where they've added more characters than when originally were in the game. So if someone booted up Apex Legends and they played the first 6 characters, only Bloodhound and Gibraltar are good.
I feel like at this point they should make the first like 10 or so free that were released. I think what was it? Caustic and Mirage were
Already
the 7th and 8th.
Yeah, and they were already DLC at the time.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, 3 years in, they should make the first 10 or so characters free to get
So real
around
quick,
to
when
play.
when you say good, do you mean like meta picks or like the characters?
I mean, the characters are good. Mirage is a garbage character. Like, anyone who plays Mirage who isn't the most mechanically gifted person in the world is just asking to get their ass laid out.
All right, well, I guess I'm decent at Apex. So I'm like, no, he's not that bad. I can use anybody.
Bangalore I will argue this to the cows go home that Bangalore is one of the worst characters in the game. She has one of the best passives in the game, but her her ult is just more annoying than like good. And
very few people know how to use her kit correctly.
And her supportive is like A, can be instantly canceled by all the scan characters who are in the game, and B, a digi-threat which you can just find in the world. And then C is probably more disruptive to your team than like you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, as a lifeline, I will argue this to the top of the home that ever since they got rid of fast heal and they fixed the low profile thing for all the legends,
and they took away her shield,
and they took away her shield from her res, is she just bad? Like there's so much heals in the map that like looking for her drone is completely useless, and then like so many characters have better reses than her now, and they don't res out in the open with no protection.
Yeah.
And then Rafe is just like, there's so many characters who are just better than Rafe is now. And she's not bad. She's just like, she's been outclassed by other characters right now.
Yeah, she used to be one of the number 1 picks.
Yeah.
But that's coming out in, let's say, what, 2-3 weeks?
Last time I checked, there were 9 days left in the count, and that was yesterday. So yeah, about 2 weeks from 2 weeks from now, the Tuesday following this one is when we'll get to next season. And I will finally play Apex Legends again, because this season was awful. Yeah. Okay, so our final story, this is from VGC. This is from Tom Ivan. PS5's DualSense Edge controller launches in January for $200. Sony has released a new trailer showing off their customizable features and whatnot. Here's what's coming in the box, as listed by VGC. The DualSense wireless controller, a USB braided cable, so like not like the plastic that most games come with. Two standard caps, 2 high dome caps, 2 low dome caps. So these are the and
$120.
The analog sticks, 2 half dome back buttons, 2 lever back buttons. So the paddles on the back, connector housing, and a carrying case.
Okay, and $120. All that comes in it because that's a $200 for that. Like seriously, seriously.
I mean, the Xbox
Yes,
Elite controller
yes,
is around that much. A lot
yeah.
of gaming controllers
Xbox isn't it
Pro
170?
it's 179. That's not far off. And the Xbox
Oh,
controller
79.
case
Okay.
doesn't charge the controller. This is in the
It
realm
also
of
doesn't. It also doesn't have all the haptic shit that makes the PS5 controller expensive to begin with.
yeah, a lot of this ain't for you if you're like $200.
No, the thing is, this should be for me. As a stickler as I am for controls, and the fact that I am on my third PS5 controller, this should be for me. But that's $200. That is so much money for this. Like,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
oh,
Comparative
alright.
to the competition, this is right in line with everything else. Go look up how much a scuff controller costs.
I
Actually,
mean,
I'll go look it up.
but okay, so the Xbox Elite, can't you customize that?
You can customize it now.
Okay, so you couldn't before.
You couldn't before.
Okay, okay. Like if I could customize it, that would be really cool. But like,
You're not going to be able to customize this. PlayStation does not have a
well,
design lab.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like PlayStation doesn't have that functionality in their
A scuff
underwear.
PS5 Reflex Pro costs $220.
You said a lot of words that I don't really.
What he's saying
I
is
mean,
the people who are making third-party pro controllers for PlayStation are
yeah,
charging $220.
Or more.
right. But I mean,
I think I got my
I
Astro C40 controller for I shouldn't even. And I bought that day fucking one.
Marcus cut that because like, but
It
no,
looks
like
like it's 169 refurbished. I probably bought it for 200 when it first came out.
okay.
This
I mean,
isn't.
like, I get that the fact that it's a third party, whatever. But like, I don't know. This
If you're
doesn't.
questioning the price, it was never for you.
I guess. This doesn't.
They should come out with
This.
a cheaper back button controller attachment for those people who don't want to spend the $200.
I mean, and I think like really and truly, that would be the reason why I would get this controller. Would be for the back buttons to see how comfortable they are and how they work. Like, I don't know, man. Like, if this was 180,
hmm
I don't know, that still feels too much.
Once
Like,
again,
Like I said, the base DJ. How much
uh,
do you typically spend for your base PlayStation 5 controller?
they're
isn't it like
$70.
70?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
70.
$70. So like anything, like in your
If it was
mind,
140, it's double the controller. Okay, I get that because we got these features, but it's $200. Like, what the fuck? Like,
AJ, this is
seriously?
$200 and it has more features than third party shit. The case charges it while it's in the case.
I don't need that. I don't care about
Once
that.
again, it's
Like,
not for
I
you.
have
Matter
a
of fact,
charger that I
we
put
said
the
we're gonna keep
controller
this to
on.
5 minutes. Please move on, Avery.
yeah,
This
yeah,
ain't for
yeah,
you, DJ.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, but like,
I apologize for bad formatting. I didn't know that this would be a pain point for Donald, and we'd be here longer than I originally anticipated. I thought this conversation.
Let
I
me
thought
just go ahead.
no, I'm done. I just wanted to vent a little bit about this and surprise. Haha, it was a vent session because I think this is just like I get
Listen,
it that like it might be on par with the competition and stuff, but like it's more expensive than
it's
the
still just
Xbox
like,
controller. Like, yeah, it doesn't like. Are y'all gonna get this?
yes.
No, but I was never
Okay,
in the
well,
I was never in the market for a pro controller.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. That was actually more of a Sean question than Avery because I know you guys experience. But like, yeah, like I was looking forward to get this. Like I went on record and talking about how I was excited for this controller because that's something I want, especially with the
My,
swap out.
my issue with you that statement just now is you said you were excited for it and then didn't do any mental math in your head with how much is this going to cost in comparison to what they're offering.
I
He
was
thought it
thinking
was gonna
double
be
the
like
controller.
$100.
No. I was thinking double the controller. Like that was where I was like, all right, that makes sense to me. But like, because just for the fact that you get to swap out the the analog sticks or
Sticks.
whatever, it's like, okay, cool, that makes sense because that's my main problem with the controller right
A
now.
lot of money goes into engineering swappable parts and making it reliable and making it work.
Again, yeah, double the controller. I'm fine with that.
Next, please,
Okay,
please hit him.
my only disconnect with the double the controller thing is that like the Xbox One isn't double the controller. So like in my head, that's like not like that doesn't make
The
sense.
Xbox Elite controller.
Yeah, like it's not
Yeah.
double the controller.
I get that. And
Double
no
the
one's
price.
buying the Xbox.
Yes, they are. What the fuck are you smoking?
I'm the most PlayStation partisan member of this podcast, and even I was going to say that. I apologize. Xbox listener.
Somewhere Jordan's upset right now. But yeah, okay. Yeah, that's that. Like, cool. Like, it's $200. I'll see. I mean, if I get
No,
this,
no,
maybe I get
no.
this.
Don't
But
even look in this direction. We'll be
I
fine without
mean,
you.
I mean, we'll see. The
Yeah,
thing is,
I swear to God, if you buy this controller, I'm going to your house and I'm beating you up.
I'll come and help.
I'll order pizza. It'll be fun.
All right, let's. We're done. We're done.
Okay, all
We're
right.
done.
We hope that you enjoyed this episode as much as you enjoyed making it. Don't forget to rate and reviews on your favorite podcasting app. I feel like I need to flesh that out a little bit more. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to your favorite YouTube channel, which is our channel in case you were confused. Again, if you are listening, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or the podcast service you're using. We'll greatly appreciate that. Until next time, we'll be talking about more games, probably more Call of Duty, probably more other things that you will definitely want to listen to. So make sure you check that out. Yeah, I think that's it. Be safe, have a great day, enjoy your water. Make sure you drink a lot of it, stay hydrated. That's important. Wash your hands and play games. Yes. See you later.